Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another edition of the Two World Order. I am your host, Elliot.
Joined by the other host, Omari.
And once again, we have another review for you guys of a film. We did Joker not too long ago. Tonight, or today, we have decided to do a little film called Ready or Not. I think it was like an under-the-radar kind of movie that came out in 2019. It's a horror comedy thriller, I guess you could say.
Thriller-ish. So just to get this out of the way, we're just going to pick random movies and stuff to review because there's nothing new coming out. And, what else is there to do right now? And, this one's going to be a little hard to review just because it was actually really good and there's not a whole lot to complain about, which I feel like is our thing at this point.
Right. It's hard to enjoy things. I don't really want to do too many spoilers because I actually do recommend you just watch it. It is available on the HBO streaming service, regular HBO, I believe.
Yeah, it's on HBO Now and HBO Max. I know there's like 3 different versions of the HBO app, so just find it, stream it, do whatever. Support local businesses. I don't really care. Just find a way to watch the movie. It's really entertaining.
Right. So the basic plot of the movie is a woman who is a foster child. She's married into this rich family. They're rich from like board games and such. The movie starts off pretty much on the day of the wedding. Her and her husband get married, and it turns out that they have a kind of family tradition to pick a random game to play on the wedding night. It's a little ritual they seem to do for every marriage that they have in the family.
Right. Basically, they're like a board game family, and they just... It's a weird... You get a big cult vibe, and that's... I get weird cult vibes from all white people, but you definitely get it a lot more when you see this family together, especially when they're telling both the future husband and also his brother are telling her ahead of time, hey, don't marry into this family. You're not built for this. Trust us.
Right. And of course she gets married, and it turns out that they have to play a game of hide and seek. And it turns out, of course, not to be just a standard hide-and-seek game. If you watch the trailer, obviously, it turns out they're actually hunting her, basically, for sport. She has to survive until dawn inside the house. It's one of those weird, creepy movie houses that has, like, all kinds of dumb waiters and secret
passages for the maids and everything.
It's a Resident Evil mansion, basically.
It's every giant horror movie mansion that you have seen. But, overall, like, the creepy stuff and, like, the secret passage and Scooby-Doo flipping bookcases and all that didn't really come into play a whole lot.
Yeah, I thought it would be more of that, like, them hiding on, like, air ducts or whatever and stuff like that. But
in all honesty, like, she didn't really hide. She did a lot of hiding, but they found her and saw her a lot.
Right.
And this is where the comedy aspect comes into it. And you kind of see it in the trailer. Like, if you watch the Red Band trailer, which I did, which kind of spoiled me on some stuff, a few people, like the wrong people, keep getting murdered in this. And it's hilarious every time it happens. Because it's just it's one of the family members, it's his sister, who is just coked up and pilled out and just doesn't know how to operate any of these old weapons that they give her. And she just shoots every wrong person.
Right, like they're running around with like flintlock pistols and like crossbows and such. The family that's hunting her down is actually very comedic. I wasn't expecting. I thought it was like kind of they were going to take it really, really seriously, but they're really comedic. The auntie, she is a force of just hilarity from the second she is on screen.
Right,
like she was just cracking me up. Just the way she looks, like with her gray Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct hair and just her straight scowl, and you could tell she was just hamming it up, and it was just great.
The first time you see her is when they're out taking wedding photos, and you just see her sitting off in the corner, like in a chair by herself, just mean mugging the fuck out of her for no apparent reason. Like, you would think she is, like, he brought home, like, the first minority person in the family ever that is just trying to take all their money. She just brought her in with, like, her 4 kids and all this, like, drama. It was ridiculous. But she's so great and so passionate about everything. They give the family, like, all these different weapons to pick from, or they're just randomly assigned. and she has this battle axe that she carries throughout the entire movie.
Like, there's literally, like, I think, no scenes where she does not have that damn axe. She's just carrying it around like that is her firstborn child, and it is just great.
I'm pretty sure that was her axe, and she just gets it every time they go hunting. Like, she takes that axe with her when she goes grocery shopping.
No, that's the actress's axe. Like, that's in her contract. She was like, if I'm going to be in this movie, I'm bringing my axe. You have to write the plot around me having this axe.
I mean, I feel like it's not that hard to do, but honestly, I would cast her. If I ever get to make a movie, I will cast her just to have an axe, but I won't make it a thing to where they acknowledge why she has it.
Right.
She just has an axe.
It's just like a silent film about like a family in church or something, and she's just like, she
there
just
with
has
an
the
axe.
axe. She's the preacher. She has the axe. But yeah, it's very, like I said, I don't want to go too much into spoilers, so I recommend you go in as blind as possible. Just knowing that it's pretty much a comedy, and the reason why, you know, they're hunting her down, I guess, is like like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but they have like,
It's cult mentality.
Yes.
They think, you know, basically they think they're going to die if they don't kill her. It's like a us versus them mentality thing.
it's a ritualistic thing. There's reasons they come up with it, but like she's basically like, she doesn't hide too much. Like you said, it's more her just running around and getting into these different various situations,
And the family being a combination of incompetent and like just different factors that play into where they just can't kill this woman to sacrifice her. But honestly, even just as a comedy movie, this is a great movie.
right.
And I'm not just saying that because we're terrible people and we laugh at just horrible things. It's just really funny.
They put the horrible things in the movie for us to laugh at, so I blame them.
They did. They knew what they were doing.
I mean, it's a good hour. It's a quick little hour and a half. It's very worth a quick watch.
I mean, they give one of the guys a crossbow, and he doesn't know how to use it. And you see him watching videos on his phone on YouTube about how to use a crossbow.
Right. My second favorite character is like the brother-in-law, who I am dubbing Hangman Adam Page, because he's just drunk throughout the whole movie. He's even got the cliche like undone bow tie throughout the entire film. Like, he never takes it off no matter what they get into, and it's funny.
I don't even think he had the bow tie done during the wedding.
Probably not. Probably not. But there were a lot of, I mean, it was a lot of, you know, like cliches and tropes, but it's not, those aren't necessarily bad things.
I mean, when you lean into it, but don't lean into it too much to where you're acknowledging it because you're too lazy to do something else. But, I mean, for what this movie is, it's a good hour and a half of just, I would say, non-stop for the most part. I don't think there were any parts that, like, lulled or where I was bored by.
No, I was pretty entertained throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, a couple, you got hit with that one jump scare.
There was one. It was like towards the beginning of the movie, because it pretty much set the standard for what the movie was going to be, and it was pretty
The movie,
great.
it catches you off guard. And this is going to be kind of a spoiler, but I don't care. This movie gets, like, top praises for me just because a kid gets punched in the face.
Oh, yeah. And
And
left with a big-ass black eye, and it's great.
you can't, I mean, you gotta love when that happens. Like, kids are dicks, and they deserve to be punched in the face sometimes.
Side note, it definitely earns its R rating as far as, like, violence and stuff. I wasn't sure how violent it was going to be, and they pretty much let you know, like, not too far into it, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's
not gory. It is, but it's not, like, Saw gory. It's comedy gory, but it's got some shit in it.
They've got some moments,
It's
yeah.
got some shit.
It's I won't say low budget. It's not like B-movie horror or anything, but they did well with the budget that they had and how they set everything up. I need a spin-off of this family, or just random... The whole setup
Like a
is
prequel or
right.
something.
Like the way we were looking at it before they explained that it's like only hide and seek that is like the murder game, and they were talking about all the other games. I want to see murder versions of every game possible. Show me a black family playing Monopoly and getting mad and all murdering each other because of it. Because I know that has happened.
I want to see homicidal checkers. I don't know how it works if you jump a king. If you get a king, like you get to decapitate somebody or something, I don't know how it works. I'll let them figure it out, because I need more in this universe. Just board
Just
games.
violent board games. Candyland.
Just comical murders Connect Four.
I mean, I could see that. Pretty much just get people to play board games, get them drunk, and just leave some type of weapons in the room to see what happens to people.
That could be a future video.
I feel like we don't have the budget to potentially... We don't have insurance.
We can pay for checkers.
We don't have insurance.
We don't need all that. Who gonna call the cops?
How are we going to get rid of the body?
You're putting too much on air. This is too
You're
much.
right, you're right, you're right. We'll figure that out later. If you see casting calls out for people that want to just be involved in some like filmed board games in the Florida Jacksonville area, don't question it. Just show up.
Yeah, we'll have beer. We'll have Four Loko, if that's your thing.
They'll definitely show up for that thing.
But yeah, that was Ready or Not. Once again, it's on HBO streaming services, Max, Now, Go,
all of it.
Stay here, whatever. Don't go anywhere. It's Corona. Don't go anywhere. Just stay and watch.
Stay here and watch all like 5 of our videos.
Right. Multiple times. But yeah, we'll be back with more different various reviews of different media. We're not pigeonholed. We're not just wrestling. We're not just movies. We're not books.
I was thinking, well, that's like a later on. You got nothing but time. We got nothing but time. We're just gonna find random stuff to watch and review, and who knows?
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll be pleasantly entertained like we were this time.
No, I need some more hatred. We gotta watch something trash.
You're right.
We'll watch it. The next one will probably be another DC movie, so I can get mad.
I mean, they're all on HBO now.
But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. It'll probably be in the description and whatnot. We're gonna get more tweet active, so look out for comedy. Watch us. Absorb us in your life.
Basically, you got nothing else to do. But that's gonna do it. Peace, y'all.